Hi Year 7 and 8 Maths teachers. This is just a short video to show you how to enter your results from your pre and post tests in Maths onto the data service, which is something we ask all Year 7 and 8 Maths teachers to do so we can keep track of how our students are going, and we can talk about this sort of data when it comes to meeting in PLT time. Okay, so firstly you're going to need to open the data service, which means you need to use Internet Explorer. Please don't use Chrome, that won't allow you to save your results. So Internet Explorer, that'll bring up the little Go CSC page. Hit the Start button, followed by the Intranet button, and then on the right there we've got our data service. So if you click on that once, it'll ask you to open, which we'll do. And it'll generally take just a few seconds to open up. Okay, so a couple of things just to get started. Often you'll get a little pop-up box that says welcome. Just hit the OK button there, and you get one or two of these yellow bars at the top. The first time you open this, you'll have another bar that says enable editing, which you need to click, otherwise this won't work. But every other time you need to hit the edit workbook. That's if you want to enter any information into the data service. So I'm going to click that. Only one person can edit at a time, so if you click that button and then it gives you a message that such and such is on using the data service, then you'll just need to wait until they're finished, which is why it's important that if you are entering data, as soon as you're finished, make sure you save and close the file so that other people can use it as well. Okay, we're looking at Maths Skills Tracking, this button over here, and then you've got either Year 7 or Year 8, depending on which one you're teaching. I'm just going to look at Year 7 for a minute. And this is what this is where we enter our data. So once you've marked your pre-tests, and you have a whole bunch of ticks or crosses, it's quite simple to enter the information because the question number 1 on the pre-test lines up with question number 1 or the first data point in this table. Question 2 is that one, question 3 is that one, and so on and so on. So once you've got ticks and crosses, all you need to do is enter your results. Now if you like first, you can filter by your class. So let's say I was teaching 7D. I can click on that form button. I'm going to unselect all of those and just pick 7D, and it's going to filter just my 7D students. Okay. Then all I do is click on this first box here. Now, if they get a question correct, you enter a 1. If they get a question incorrect, you enter a 0. So all I'm going to do is, if they got the first few right, I'm going to go 1 and then tab across. 1, tab across, 1, tab across. They might have got the next couple wrong, so I'm going to go 0, tab, 0, tab. And then I'm going to keep going and filling in those numbers with all the questions they got correct or incorrect, all the way to the end. And usually you'll find they'll get to a point where it just gets a bit hard for them. I'm going to go right across and to the end there. And so once we're finished, you'll see it pops up with little number 8. That means I've got 8 questions correct. And then I'll just go down to my next student with my next pre-test that I've marked, and same deal. And it actually becomes really quick after a while to enter these results. Just be careful. What you don't want to do is get to the end and have pressed it too many times, and you can actually over-type these little numbers here. You want to try to avoid that. Everything's automated, so don't type over that little square there. But just if you fill in where all those dashes are, you see they color code for green being right and red being wrong. So we're asking if you can try and fill out your information from your pre-test in the first week, the first 2 weeks of the year, so we can use that information to work out who are our students who are going to need the extra help, and we'll move them into the support classes. And just while I'm here, the Year 8s, I'm going to click on the Year 8 one. They've already got a bunch of information in there. These are the results from the post-test that they did on the same topic last year. The tests haven't changed, which means it's up to you whether you want to run a fresh pre-test and get new information. They might have forgotten a few things over the break, or you can just use this information from last year as your pre-test. Okay, so you've already got a starting point as to what they knew when they finished this topic last year, and then you can do your topic based on this information, and then later we enter our post-test results and we can see the difference between the two. I'll talk more about how this works in PLT, but that's how you enter information. Don't forget, back to the main menu, save, and you should get a little message down the bottom here that says uploading to SharePoint. There it is. Make sure it's finished saving, which takes usually just a few seconds. And make sure you close, and that way anyone who wants to enter information after you, they can. Okay, so that's how you enter information onto the data service for pre and post tests.